Next up is the UK release of House. It's the only place that actually released the entire series on Blu-ray because the US only released seasons 6, 7, and 8. Just like how Smallville only has seasons 5 through 10 released, and they didn't bother doing 1 through 4. This set is okay. I mean, the only annoying thing is that they used that different song for the opening and ending. Well, no, the opening. So it's kind of annoying if you were so used to the original song from the US versions. But the thing I hated the most is, one, these are just 4 or 5 disc sets, and they put them in the giant boxes that are a complete waste of space. And I had no choice but to replace them with, better boxes, because the original boxes that these came in are like the worst Blu-rays cases I've ever seen, and I hope that company never designs anything again. Cobra Kai was only released on Blu-ray in Australia and I think UK, and they actually canceled the season 2 release in Australia, but UK saved it, and they actually gave you a double pack of the first one, and I will be getting that, and unfortunately now I have an extra copy of Cobra Kai. I have to give it to someone. Addams Family 1 and 2, I like both equally. I think the second one's very underrated, and I wish more people would remember. Oh yeah, there's a second one. Good Omens, another great mini series. Honey, I Shrunk. Well, actually, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, which was the second one of that. And the only reason why I don't have the first one is because these are the Disney Blu-ray exclusives from the store, and because they can't sell it in stores normally. So everyone's always ripping people off with the first one, so I said, let me get the second one. Now, the third one is only on DVD because at that point they were being very cheap with their Disney movies that don't go in the theater, so it was only done in standard definition, so that's never going to be remastered, unfortunately. First season of South Park, custom box. Man of Steel. Now, this is a conundrum with me. There are some things I like about it, but there's other things that I really hate about it, like the stupid Fortress of Solitude being a spaceship. I really like Henry Cavill as Superman, but it's like he just does not get a chance to be real Superman or even just Clark. They really need to fix that. Superman Batman, another Apocalypse, which stars evil Supergirl, Darkseid, really great side movie, and it comes even with the mini Green Arrow stuff. Regular show, all they released was the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray, and then after that, I think the US only got the 3rd season, and Australia was the only place that got seasons 4 through 8 on DVD. They didn't even bother at that point. Next up is the Harry Potter films. All of them are, again, custom boxes because I bought the Ultimate Edition. And those, I think I have, 6 of the 7 books, or films. Well, 8 because they put the 7th and 8th one together. I think only 5 fit here. And it was just wasting tons of space, so I just made it, because it's just 2 discs. The DVD was worthless, so I threw that out. And I have all the extra stuff that comes with these Blu-rays or DVDs, I put them away in a separate box. They all fit in one box, so it's just like, okay, I still have them. They're not gone. Now, again, I think the first part of movie 7 was damaged. That's why it's not here. But I don't like movie 4 at all. So now this is the anthology set of the Superman series that comes with Superman 1 to Superman Returns. I got it really for just the first 2 films. And, 3 and 4 and Returns are just, there. There was a lot of potential for Returns, but unfortunately it just went down the drain with that story they came up with. I really had wished they had spent the money to release the Quest for Peace's original edit and, properly do, but they just didn't bother because, again, the movie had failed. Like, why would they spend the money, sadly? Kindergarten Cop, another Schwarzenegger movie that's, just fun. Always enjoyed it. Little Mermaid, I got several of the Disney movies, but they're just all over the place. Space Cowboys, probably my favorite movie of Clint Eastwood's out of all he's done. I know, he's done really great films. Now, I always love getting films that have, actors that I liked. And this one, called Lightning Strikes, this one has Kevin Sorbo in it. I might actually review this for the series one day. It's not a great film, but honestly, Kevin Sorbo basically saved it. Probably my 3rd favorite of Harrison Ford's films. It's not particularly amazing, but it's good. I know, I'm kind of disappointed. The Bayonetta series. I really loved the Bayonetta, the first 2 games, and they had made an anime of the first game, and I really wish they had done an anime for the second game. Transporter 3. The reason why I only have the 3rd one and not the other 2 is because when they released the first 2 on Blu-ray here, they were edited versions. That's what it basically kept saying to me every time I looked on research, so I never got the first 2, and I don't know if they fixed that or not later. First Lego Movie, really great film. Big Daddy, another really good early Adam Sandler film. His recent films are really crap now. Star Wars, The Clone Wars, all of the series, including The Lost Missions, which is basically season 6. I'm grateful that they finished the series on Disney Plus, but I don't expect them to ever release it on Blu-ray, so unfortunately we'll not have a complete set. Same goes for Daredevil. We got the first 2 seasons. The first one was actually released in the US, second one was actually released in the UK or Australia, I can't remember which. And third season was never released because that's when the contracts all ended and expired. So, Limbo, Castaway, really great movie of Tom Hanks. Next up is Sliders, which is actually the German release that put the entire series on Blu-ray in just 4 or 5 discs. Yeah, 4 discs. All 5 seasons on 4 discs. This is probably the best you're probably getting, saving on space and having all bonus features and everything. It does have the English audio. The thing I have to warn you about is that this is the PAL converted episodes. So the audio is slowed down, unfortunately, when they converted it and they didn't fix the pitch. Although the 5th season's pitch is correct. It feels more like they transferred the NTSC version for this one release. Predator 1 and 2, really the really horrible DNR version of Predator 1, which sucks, unfortunately. I like the second Predator, and I really didn't bother watching any more after that. Like I said, Ice Road Truckers, they released seasons 3 and 4 on Blu-ray, and that was it. Dodgeball, really quirky movie. Cosmos, I think it was really great continuation of the original series from Carl Sagan. That it did a real excellent job. But since now it's, since it was made by Fox, and now it's owned by Disney, I don't expect them to release the second one on Blu-ray. Of course, I have the first Karate Kid. I need to get the second one. Cliffhanger, second favorite of Stallone's. Got the Disney Sword in the Stone, Apollo 13, Yes Man. Jim Carrey, I like when he's serious. He can do serious, which is not in the case for a lot of actors. Speed, can't go wrong with that. I do have a guilty pleasure of Speed 2, which I would like to get on Blu-ray and review it because it's a crap movie. Yeah, it's crap. I'm not saying no, but I don't know. Sometimes I just like crap movies. Honestly, Robin Hood's probably my second favorite movie behind Lion King. If I had to rate all the Disney films, I don't know. I just like the way they had done this type of film. Twister, again, it's not. It's amazing for its effects at the time. The story's not that great, but I still like, what's his face and Helen Hunt. Star Trek, the 2009 movie, the only one that I actually liked because, back then they were like, oh, we're doing this alternate timeline so we can, do whatever we want. Okay, great. You don't want to screw with original history and you want to do your own thing, and then when the second one comes out, you make Khan. Okay, so then I don't care about your movies anymore. Ferngully, fun little movie. iRobot. I know a lot of people get it flack for it. I can see why, because it's not as, it's kind of standard. I thought it was an okay movie. 2 Ace Venturas. I like both of them, Secret and Nim. I like that both rescuers came together. I also have the very first Transformers film. It's the only one I actually like. The other ones after that point, I was like, no. And I have the RoboCop Trilogy Collection, which unfortunately has the older version of the first film that not really remastered correctly. And I know they did a proper transfer in a later one when they did it in 4K, but unfortunately I'm stuck with the lower version. And of course, the double pack of the 2 Stargate TV movies. Alright, we got another Adam Sandler movie, Anger Management, really fun movie with Jack Nicholson. We got the first and third Terminator films. This is the reissued one that they properly remastered where it was not crap. And I do have the second one, but that's another one of the Blu-rays that I had broke. The third one, it's not as great as the first 2, by no means, but I will watch that third one over the other ones. Stoppable, simple, really good Denzel, Chris Pine movie. And here's another one of those weird ones you probably don't even know. It's the Shark Attack, 2010 Moby Dick, and Mega Shark Crocosaur. These are all these really cheap sci-fi movies. And the only reason why I got them is because they have actors that I really like, including Jaleel White, Gabriel from Xena Warrior Princess. That's the only reason why I watched them. And I'm like, I might review them because really, who the hell knows about them? They're pretty bad movies. Now, Andromeda got released on Blu-ray in the UK, and I only have the first 2 because they were taking forever to do the 3 through 5, and they did, but the only way you can get them is in the complete set, so I didn't want to rebuy them, so I bought the DVD versions instead. Now, CSI only got seasons 1 and 9 released on Blu-ray, and gee, I wonder why. It's because you sold this set for $70. CSI is not worth $70. Firefly's Blu-ray, really great. Perfect example of what you should do with properties. Remaster them, do the film, and then upscale the effects. Simpsons, the only proper Blu-ray release of the 20th season, which is unfortunately missing all its bonus features because they didn't give them time to let them record the commentaries. So it's a very bare bones crap set for no reason, and that's the only one that got released in HD. They did older seasons, but that was it, and those are not in HD, they're just upscales. Toy Story 1, 2, 3, I got the value pack. I got the UK one because it was the only one I could find, and I got it really quickly because they had edited the ending out, and I was like, no, I want the unedited movie, so I quickly bought the triple pack. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Matthew Broderick's probably my favorite movie of his, and unfortunately the Blu-ray does not come with audio commentary. I had to rip it from somewhere else because it only came in a Laserdisc. It's the original Stargate film, great movie. I really wish they had gotten to do their other 2 films of it, but we got the TV series instead, which was excellent as well. Land Before Time, the first one, that's really the only one I care about. Little Rascals, fun movie. Home Alone 1 and 2, can't go wrong there. Dante's Peak, Casper, and of course Chernobyl. This is a really fun, dramatic semi-documentary. And the Blu-ray release of Beavis and Butthead, which probably most people don't realize. And the only reason why I got this is because Mike Judge didn't screw with his and included all the episodes, unlike the other ones where he's like, I don't like this episode, so I'm not going to include it. Now, this section is my, your series kind of went crappy and I don't really care about them anymore, or like something I really hated about it. So I have like the first 2 Ruby volumes. Again, when Monty died, I was like, all right, I'm not going to bother with Rooster Teeth anymore. Got the first season of Arrow, thought it was great. And then I got the first season of Legends. And I wanted to get the other ones. And then I found out the actor who plays Rory from Doctor Who, he gets killed in later seasons. So I was like, that was really the reason why I was watching it. So I didn't bother past that point. I liked the first season of Supergirl. It was okay. And then I went to the second one. And then after that, I was like, I don't really care anymore. It kind of just, the stories kind of just went bland. They really didn't make much sense. The characters, like, either some characters were just not used, or they got boring. I was like, same thing happened with Flash. Flash season 1, I think, is like the best of all of them. And then season 2 was really good. But then when they made season 3, they literally just copied season 2 story. And I was like, I don't really care. And same thing with Big Bang Theory. I think the first 7 seasons are fine. They're like, I think the first 3 or 4 are like the best. And then I just kind of just didn't care anymore after season 7, so I just never got the rest. Now, Steven Universe really pissed me off with their ending. So, I mean, and now the only place who released it on Blu-ray was in Australia. Season 1 is restricted to Region B, unfortunately, so if you do get it, this will only play on a Region B Blue player, so you have to deal with that. The other 2 are free, so you can watch them on any player. They didn't bother with season 5, and I'm not surprised, or the movie actually, because the way they ended the series, I didn't like it, don't care, whatever. Same goes for Game of Thrones. Loved seasons 1 through 4. 5 got weird, and then I was like, oh, I'll wait until the series finishes to buy 6, 7, and 8. And then what they did in the last season, I was like, goodbye. And of course, I have Stranger Things, which they actually did physically release in those collectors VHS sets. And I did do the cover work, custom cover work on this one, but the other one I didn't do. I just put it here. I don't count it as, bad. First season's amazing. Second season, used some work. Moving on to Adventure Time. The first 6 seasons were released in the US, and seasons 7 through 9, even though they're listed as 10, because 10 and 9 got all mixed up, and it was supposed to be really just season 9. It was broken. And yeah, I think the series was great. Overall, I really had no complaints, except the last episode. Again, just like Steven Universe, really dumb finale. Next up is the Doctor Who sets. I got them from the the collector set that came with the sonic screwdriver with the 11th Doctor at the time. And I got all those seasons, and I even got some of the older stuff. And then these are the bonus discs and some of the extra stuff, and the Day of the Doctor stuff, all the bonus stuff. And I had gone up to season 8. Unfortunately, when Peter Capaldi had came on, I don't know, I just got bored, and I just didn't care about the series, so I kind of just forgot about it, and I never hadn't bought it ever since. Runaway, another one of those examples of Germany releasing this series on Blu-ray, which was great, or I think Spain also released it on Blu-ray. So, really small, underrated B-movie, which I really enjoyed. Next, we have Short Circuit 1 and Short Circuit 2. Now, this one is actually the UK release, and I really like this black casing for it, but they used the oversized box, which weighs space, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to replace it at some point, because these artwork covers can actually fit on the standard size Blu-ray boxes too. And the only reason why I got the UK version is because I could not find the US version anymore of it. I don't know why. This is just Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, because that came in the 30th anniversary, so I just didn't make artwork for it yet. Now here's all the Ultraman series that I had gotten. I got seasons 1 through from Ultra Q to Ultra 7, and I have Ultraman Orb and Ultra Q's sequel season, Neo Ultra Q. Really love the Ultraman series. Thank you, Mill Creek, for releasing them here. You do a really good job on it. Although I will complain, you really need to work on your checking of discs to make sure they work, because several episodes on Ultra Q did not work. And I got like some of the, Over the Hedge. I don't know, a lot of people don't really care about this movie. I like it. I don't know. I like it. Out of a lot of the DreamWorks movies, I do. Ants, I can see why people don't care for it, because, Bugs Life came out of time. I'm going to probably review this at some point. We're back. Again, I reviewed it recently. It's not a particularly great movie, but, it is what it is. Jetsons, the movie, which was released in Region B areas and finally being released in Region A, but I got the Region B area. Now, if you get it now, this is region locked, so your player has to be able to play Region B. Popeye recently got released, and it's a very underrated movie by Robin Williams. It's not bad for what time they did it. It's not bad. It's pretty faithful to the original comic/animation. And I have the weird Goonies Gremlin triple pack that they had made years ago. And there's nothing really different from the individual release. It was just easier because it saved on space. I have the first Incredibles movies and the Blu-ray set of Batman Beyond, which I have not converted yet. That's why it's just sitting there in 14 alone from the movie. Now, the rest of the stuff is now going into my DVD collection, which actually extends past this area. So I have I Shouldn't Be Alive, the only season that was ever released on DVD. And, of course, we have Sonic Underground, which is the Mill Creek versions. Boondocks 1, 2, 3, and 4. I actually bought that recently because on HBO Max, they did not include one of the episodes. And I understand it's a banned episode, but it was included on the DVD set, so it really should be included in the digital streaming site. So I got annoyed at them. It sucks because seasons 3 and 4 are actually in HD, and they haven't made a Blu-ray set of those. Now, Monster Farm is actually, of course, Monster Rancher, which they actually released the Japanese version in the US. It's a fairly expensive set, but I was like, they subtitled it. The subtitles look good, at least on the first episode that I had checked, and I always wanted to see the Japanese version, so I'm glad they actually did it. Extreme Dinosaurs is another series that was not released over here in the US, which I don't understand why. They released Street Sharks and Beast Wars Season 1 through. I got all the Shout Factory Beast machines, and this is the custom sets of TMNT. This is a mess, no matter which way you put it. It came in that really crap car thing. Yeah, I try to do my best as I can, but, because a lot of the episodes are out of sequence and the discs themselves, it's not perfect. Then we have the Power Ranger sets from Shout Factory. I got them all lined up, and they nicely fit in one section. Now, this is a custom one, which I made for the bonus discs that I came in, those slim versions, with Tommy and stuff. The slim cases were taking up space, so I was like, let me just put them all, scan the covers and make a custom back that tells you what you like all the bonus features. It's the same thing. I just wanted to make a custom box art. And since black was only used once, I said, what Ranger would be perfect to use as a Black Ranger? And so I picked an Alien Ranger. And we have the RoboCop TV series right next to it. And below is all the DVDs I haven't replaced yet that came in these stupid, the slim ones, which they were doing for many, many years. Futurama did it. And so I have Jack of All Trades. Universal was notorious for these sets. Jack of All Trades, Magic School Bus. Love the original series. The remake, well, not remake, semi-continuation is not bad. And I have, DuckTales, and some of the Tailspins I still have to work. Rescue Rangers, Sonic, Transformers. You can actually see I did one of the Transformers seasons already. Of course, I have the animated movie of Wonder Woman over here, and a reboot is next. And now these will probably confuse people. These are actually bootlegs of Hurricaneger. Now, this was a common thing in the early 2000s where Chinese bootlegs of the Sentais were done. Now, most of them were really bad. The quality was a ripoff of the DVD, so that was fine. But the subtitling was bad. But in Hurricaneger's case, the subtitling was pretty good, considering there's a lot of errors still, but not bad. Although the movie is shit in subtitle department. I haven't had a chance to throw these out because I haven't gotten the U.S. release of it. Now, the one thing that these do have superior over the Shout Factory releases, they actually include the bonus features that came in the Hurricaneger sets, which they did not do in Shout Factories. And the other areas that go beyond the cases of my other areas of the Japanese Transformer seasons, you know, Headmaster, Super God, Master Force, and Victory. This bonus DVD that came with one of the Super Sentai magazines, like, you know, had it. And of course, one of the few officially released things for Kamen Rider, which was the first, you know, the remake of Master Rider the First, or Kamen Rider the First. I got two of the Super Sentai seasons, Jew Ranger and Old Ranger, and I just haven't had a chance to get the remaining ones, which, yeah, I know, I need to. But it was, I think I lost steam when they stopped releasing them. Of course, I have custom boxes for the avatars. I'm considering replacing these and get the Blu-ray ones because the videos, when they put them on DVD, they were not done right. So they have a lot of ghosting and other technical issues, and so I have reason to get them on Blu-ray. Blu-ray versions are upscaled, though. Father Ted, great comedy series. Of course, the originals of Ghost in the Shell that were released by Bandai Entertainment, which are long out of print. And I would have gotten the Blu-ray release of the series, but they completely screwed up audio and other problems on it, so I never bothered. This is the very limited edition Supergirl movie. Now, it's not great. I got it mainly because this has the rare director's cut. It was only 50,000 made, and the director's cut fixes a lot of the complaints that I had with it because I cut out a lot of things from it. It doesn't save the movie completely. It still has its flaws, but it's much better. Here's another rare piece. Kamen Rider V3, which was actually officially released in America. Hawaii released it for them because Kamen Rider and a lot of the other Toku shows were very popular in Hawaii. So this is an official U.S. release. It's extremely expensive because it's a small company, and they released the entire series. It was like $120. But I like my Toku, so I'm going to buy it if there's an official means. We got Frisky Dingo from the guys who made Archer. It was their first series. Really wish they had made their actually planned Testicles series. If you watch the series, you know what I mean. And then this bizarre thing, American Gladiators, that was released by Shout Factory. It's a custom box. I liked American Gladiators, and I understand why they didn't make any more because, you know, it's not popular, so I expected that to happen. But till this day, I don't understand why they released the second half of the season 1 and not the first half first. Makes no sense. Got Xena. And these are custom boxes, by the way. I got these instead of the reissues that were much smaller because they come with the it's pointless, but they come with the extra CD-ROM that has additional stuff and some features. So I was like, let me just get the fat ones. That same goes for Hercules, which are down below. Diagnosis Murder, great series. Loved all 7 seasons. I'm still mad that Scott Baio left. Dennis the Menace, which they did the first few volumes, and then they stopped, which is annoying. Then we have Tattooed Teenagers from Beverly Hills. Very bizarre American Toku, basically. I'm going to cover this someday because I can, luckily. There's some elements that I do really like, but then there's a lot of things that are really bad. Hercules, Young Hercules, anything that was with the Hercules series I got. At the time, they didn't have the TV series, so I didn't get the set now. They do have it now, so it's just the movie. Only one box set of Bleach, because I had borrowed the first ones from a friend, and then I was like, I wanted to see the conclusion, and then after that, I just kind of forgot about it. First 2 volumes of Courage the Cowardly Dog. I still need to get the other ones. Now below here is the Dark Knight, Iron Man, the first 2 Venture Brothers, and the 5 volumes of X-Men, which, well, unfortunately Disney discontinued making their stuff on DVD. 1 volume of Simpsons. I really want to get the rest of the DVDs. really excellent release of Mega Man, the animated series. I'm glad Discotek did that. Now, these are the Australian releases of Pokemon. The reason why I got them was because at the time, we didn't have proper sets for the earlier seasons, so I had gotten theirs. And they also had Johto Journeys and Master Quest. And they also came in this kind of cool steel books. But they're missing several episodes, and they have several episodes out of sequence, particularly in seasons 3, 4, and 5, which sucks. And the banned Acapulco episode, which was censored in the U.S., still doesn't get released anywhere at all properly. Australia has Mantis in stock a lot, and they came in this cool steelbook. Why not? And I have the first 7 seasons of Stargate, which will be replaced because I'm getting the Blu-ray set, which as long as they have all the bonus features, they're going bye-bye. Gargoyles Season 1 and 2, which they did release, and I have the exclusive version, which they made a standard version, which thank God, and they did the same thing with Goof Troop, but of course, as usual Disney, they did not finish Goof Troop, but at least they finished Tailspin. Futurama, again, I converted them into these fan-made covers because they were in either the giant-sized box with those cases, or they were in the paper one, which was in case season 4, which I got later, so I just scanned it. And the first 2 movies were only on DVD. I actually bought the digital versions that are in HD, and I might make a hybrid of that. And the stuff below is basically Hercules, same thing with Xena, Iron Man 94, great series, love that. Hulkverse, another good, collection of Hulk stuff. Spider-Woman, this is another thing I'm probably going to cover someday. This is a very weird series from the 70s. Some things don't make any sense that I'll talk about in the future. The 2008 Hulk movie, which again, compared to 2003 one, the best one. I do also have the extended version of Fantastic Four, which I like the first Fantastic Four movie. Is it perfect? No. But the extended version is only available in this limited edition set. Of course, I have the 1201 time travel movie I talked about. We have A Dog Breakfast, which was David Hewlett's little small movie with the Stargate cast. I really wish that was released on Blu-ray. Hopefully someday he could do that, but I know digitally it's available. Finding Nemo on DVD, which is really fun menu. I wish they had recreated that for the Blu-ray set, unfortunately. And of course, up here, I have the Star Trek films, or most of them at least. I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I never got 2 because I want to get the Blu-ray release of 2 that has the thing properly remastered. Where on Earth with Carmen Sandiego? One of the few edutainment series that I really enjoyed. And I saw the newer one. It's not bad. And I replaced these 2 boxes from Viper and 7 Days because they also came in horrible cases. Next up is Dragon Ball GT. I had made a custom covers for these based off the original releases. I had the one that came in the double pack, which was just this individual release, but it had a slip cover, and so I had to replace them and make them in standard boxes. And I also did the same thing with Dragon Ball Z, which I'll get to later. The first 4 seasons of Mythbusters, or technically season 5, and I had gotten only up to here because I had hoped they had released the HD seasons on Blu-ray. They never did, so I had to make my own. So unfortunately, they're in another place right now, and I have not made boxes. The 8 volumes of Beautiful Joe, which unfortunately never completed the series, which I think was a really decent dub for the time. This really cool documentary called I Know That Voice. If you're a fan of voice actors and your favorite animated series and stuff, this is a really good documentary for that. The Adventures of Sinbad sets that were made from Canada. I always enjoyed this series very much. And also several other things. We got Superhuman Samurai, the original Star Wars, because there were so many edits done in recent years with Star Wars, I stopped buying them past the DVD until he fixes it. Not at Camelot, the Boy Meets World complete sets. I wish more series did these like this because they combined like multiple seasons in one box. The Matilda animated series, which I thought was always a cute little series I thought when I was a kid. So I was like, let me get it again. I don't know if I'll ever review it. Well, the only season I have Earth Final Conflict, 2 time track seasons. Season 1, unfortunately, is on pressed discs. So eventually, at some point, I'm going to have to reburn them myself because they degrade more faster than actual real discs. The Dinosaur series, what I want to review. Now, this thing was, a documentary on restoring the original studio model of the Enterprise. I thought that was going to be a really excellent documentary. It was only released on DVD, sadly, but it's actually pretty crap because it's a documentary about the model, but they don't even focus on it mostly. It's actually a documentary of the series, which I've seen it billions of times. I don't need to see them anymore. I only have one volume of Ruger 15, Keeping Up Appearances, great comedy, and the reissued versions of Deep Space Nine and Voyager, since they're probably never going to remaster the series, so that's what we're going to be stuck with. Air Crash Investigation, the series that has so many goddamn names around the world. It's called Mayday, Air Crash Investigation in Australia and the UK, and I think other places have it called something else. The reason why I got this is the Australian release. One, they always bundled them together, so I got seasons 1 through 13. They have the Canadian broadcasts, which are the PAL uncut versions. And what's weird is, even though they're the Canadian versions, it's still called Mayday on the thing. I think only 2 episodes actually are called Air Crash. It's a weird thing with the series. Love the way they do the investigation process for the crashes. The 3 Hulk series from 60s, 80s, and 90s that were released in the UK. No, Germany. They came in a box set all together. I had to split them up with fan-made covers. The Legend series that features Richard Dean Anderson and Q from TNG. The Cleopatra series, and Earth 2, which I have custom boxes because it was Universal at the time. Now, below is just a few extra thingies that I have left over. Tech War, Charles in Charge. They actually released all 5 on DVD, but 3 through 5 are so rare. I'm not paying for those prices. I got 1 and 2, and that was it. Sherlock Holmes in 22nd Century, and the King Arthur and Legend of Justice. The big things are filled with the 20th anniversary of TNG's DVD sets. The reason why I never got rid of them is because, one, they didn't include the bonus features from the 20th anniversary in the Blu-ray sets. Second, while the remasters are the best versions of watching TNG, they're not 100% identical because they had to recreate certain things or things were lost. So the only way to have them 100% is have the DVD sets. So I kept them for that. Now, the rest of the things that I have over here are the Dragon box sets. Now, before you go insane, I did not throw them out. I have all the Dragon box sets, but they're too big, so I made these slimline versions of the discs. Now, unfortunately, I don't have volume 4 because when they told us they were going to discontinue them, I quickly rushed out and bought 5, 6, and 7. They were still in stock. 4 disappeared instantly, and now people are trying to sell for $300, and I was like, no. So I said, goodbye, Android Arc. And the rest are fan-made boxes for Fantastic Four 94, 2008. I really love the 2008 series. 94 is not bad. First season's weakest. And I have the Superman animated series, which hopefully remaster in Blu-ray. And, of course, the Justice League seasons that I talked about before. And the Back to the Future animated series, which is another fun little series. And up there I have just a few extra things like Santa Claus 2, Space Rangers, and the Merlin special editions. Below is just the rest of the stuff that I have. Street Sharks, Honey, I Blew Up Ourselves on DVD, the Ninja Turtles Next Mutation, I might review that someday. The first 4 seasons of Married with Children with the original proper ending, and the 3 volumes of DuckTales and its movie. They did release volume 4, but it's all expensive. Now, fun tip, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is the second DVD I ever bought. The first one being Star Trek The Motion Picture. I wanted to replace the South Park movie because the Blu-ray comes with a commentary by the creators, and I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. Seinfeld Seasons 1 and 2, Darkwing Duck, Gantz, another underrated anime, which I think is really great. I just wish they had did them all, not just end them like this. And of course, Sequest. I have all 3 seasons. And finally, if you could see it down below, is Inspector Gadget, Hook, Shaolin Showdown, the first series of Ben 10, the Godzilla, and the 3 seasons of Andromeda, season 1 of X-Files, and the 4 volumes of One Piece. That's pretty much for my collection. I love so many assorted different types of series, from B-movies to animations the most, to drama, science fiction, comedies, shoujos, shonen. I love physical media. Digital is okay. The problem with digital is that the companies have control over where things are. For example, Power Rangers is being removed from Netflix. The majority of the seasons are being removed. Don't know where they're going. They're probably going to, some sort of deal somewhere else with Hasbro. Maybe Hasbro's going to make their own streaming. I don't know. And I don't want to tolerate that. I want to have my stuff when I want to. Streaming is convenient, but you don't have property over your stuff. You have the space, or you can archive them. It's the best choice. Plus, you get them better quality. Having something to own, I think, is better than having it just digitally. But there's always pros and cons for either versions. So I hope you enjoyed this look at all my DVDs and Blu-rays. And if you really want me to review other things besides that will fit into FTV, if you really want me to do that, leave a comment below. I may actually start a different series that solely focuses on reviewing any current series, any older series that wouldn't fit into FTV. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.